What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Guys, I want to talk about some Hydra teams for the Nightmare difficulty, composed only of epic champions. So at the moment, there is a challenge going on. I'm going to give you guys more details in just a second, where you can win quite generous rewards, to put it like that, right? And I will be showing you a team that I'm going to use. Now, I'm not going to compete in the challenge because one of the main things, I don't need those rewards, is something that we're giving out to you guys. And second, I am doing it from the test server because I have no more keys on my account. I actually completely forgot about it, and I've used my keys straight after the reset on Wednesday. But still, I'm going to show you a team as well that you could potentially build. Now, keep in mind, in order to do crazy things like these guys, to achieve this type of results, you will require, of course, this one to be at a decent level. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to do a decent team with a lot of epics for any difficulty for the Hydra clan boss, but gear requirements, blessings, relics, and the Great Hall are extremely important to achieve such a similar result. But you can definitely do it on lower difficulties without requiring any crazy things. Let's dive straight into the actual challenge. So basically, epic quick battles. Okay, that's what you're gonna need to do. It is hosted by Sam on the RSL leaderboards Discord. I will be leaving the link in the pinned comment. Feel free to jump in the Discord. There are tons of different things in here as well, world records for pretty much all of the content, and this is kind of like more of a community challenge, right? So you're gonna need to build a team with full epic characters. There are not any specific rules about them, except the fact that you need to do quick battles. Okay, so you're not gonna manual, you're not gonna do any of those funky things, and we have a bunch of amazing epic characters that can put in serious work. I'm going to show you what I'm planning to run. I actually had to do a regular run just to unlock the auto battles on Nightmare. So we are going to run this team right here. We're going to run Husk. He's going to be a provoker, and he's going to, of course, do enemy max HP damage. We're going to run Ugo, who will put defense down and block buffs, a bit of a cleanse, a bit of healing. We're going to run White Nia to apply decreased speed. Heal with a second skill and decrease the cooldowns of skills as well. Increase their Shamael to help us deal, of course, with a Head of Torment whenever that might come out. We're gonna run Skrank. Skrank is a very good DPS as well. I thought about running Whisper. I've tried Whisper as well. I've tried Royal Guard, Double Husk, etc. The thing is, he brings that HP burn as well. And in case, if by any chance, Ugo is not gonna have the block buffs available, and we're gonna have a Toxic Cloud or something, Skrank will maybe put the HP burn right before, and that will enable us to do some funky things. Plus, he has a good passive as well, similar with ninjas. Then, we're going to have, of course, Ursula, the Mourner, who will give us increase attack, decrease attack, revive, and, of course, if we need the strengthen buff and other things from her A3. Now, I will share the builds at the end, guys. I have 5 quick battles. We're going to run them all. I've tried with Rector Dread as well, but, of course, you're not going to get increase attack, which will make you lose a lot of damage. Considering that we are running Inquisitor Shamael in there, we're running Skrank, which can self-buff with increased attack. But hey, the only problem is that we don't really have a lot of characters that bring in Wiccan that do good things in the Hydra clan boss, that are somehow powerful, right? Skrank can bring it with a basic skill, but don't expect anything too crazy. So in terms of presets, guys, we're going to open with the A1 with Burning Iron. We're not going to use the A3. Not because the A3 sucks, is because if I do not have the enemy max HP available, I want Husk to try and provoke. Then with Ugo, we're going to open, of course, with the A2. With Nia, we are not going to use the ally protection and strengthen, because she turns out that she can die pretty damn early. Now, I do have a lot of cruelty blessings in here because there isn't much else that can really benefit the team. Then we have Inquisitor Shamael. We'll let him go crazy. He can do whatever he wants. And yes, that 99% crit rate is making my eyes bleed. We have Skrank opening with the A3 and Ursula opening with the A2. Decrease attack and increase attack. Now, before we dive into actually doing the run, Make your bets in the comments down below. How much damage you guys think we're going to be able to get with this team? 50 million? 30 million? Are we going to be able to get a 1 key? We're going to get 100 million? What do you guys think about the team? Let me know in the comments down below. This is the current rotation, at least on the test server, probably on the actual game server. I think it might be a different one, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, let's crack on with the quick battle. The first one. Can we go all the way to 1000? No, we cannot. So this was actually bad RNG. 171 million. The damage is not bad, to be honest, but we had bad RNG in here. I know that for a fact, right? Because I've tested this team before. So probably something somewhere went wrong, you know? The most annoying thing that can go wrong is, of course, the Head of Suffering, devouring a champion, and then gaining the extra turn straight after without actually having a chance to free it, you know? Which can be really, really annoying. So we have 4 more quick battles to try and get a better score. We'll see if the RNG is better. No, seems like this time around, the shit hit the fan earlier, right? But the damage is pretty good, right? So you have Husk with 35 million. You can't really see it because of my big head. You have Nia on a Hex curse set, 23 million. Shamael, 31. And Skrank, 54 million. So we're going to discard these. And we're going to try the other battles. Hopefully we're not going to have the bad luck again, man. Because that was a bit painful. Even this time around we had bad luck. We did not manage to reach the turn count limit. But we've done 240 million damage. And we have Husk with almost 60. Shamael with 47. Skrank with 87 million, guys. Skrank is an absolute freaking monster, right? Really, really powerful. So let's discard these 2 more quick battles. I'm not even sure if you can run multiple ones or is literally the first try and call it quits, because there is a lot of RNG with this crap, right? A provoke doesn't land, the block buffs doesn't land on the force head or something. Either way, it seems like the best run was the 240. I know we can definitely get more. I wish I would have done that from the very beginning. But hey, 240 million with this team. As I was saying, yes, I have the Great Hall, crazy gear on them, blessings, etc. But that just shows you that as long as you're putting in the right team composition, you're going to be able to do good results on lower difficulties without having these crazy stats and all of the funky things on them. The only thing that's really lacking in this team is a Mischief target. Okay, we do not have that. The Mischief will steal buffs from us, which can actually be pretty painful. Let me just quickly show you the builds, and then we are going to go over some of the other teams that have been used in there. So this is my Husk on Relentless and Speed. Total stats, as you guys can probably notice on the screen. I can bring back my camera, actually. So there we go. Then I have an Erratic Coronet on him. Will increase the damage from that provoke. Mainly for the A1 skill. The enemy max HP won't really get any benefit out of it. Crushing Grand, just because there's no weaken in there, it will be a bit harder to push in the limit, the cap on the enemies. And these are the masteries. Ham Smasher as tier 6. Then we have Skrank. He is on a Merciless and Killstroke set. We have pretty nasty stats on him, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. 50k HP, 8.7k attack, 2.9k defense, 250 speed, full crit, 369 crit damage. Good accuracy as well, because you will need it. Now, even though I am on the test server, I did not loaded all of the crazy glyphs on the gear or anything like that. In fact, I've barely touched the glyphs because most of this gear is already glyph, because it's some of the best gear that I have from these sets, right? But same goes with the relics. The Cat's Gaze, exactly how I have it on my account. I could have used like the craziest gemstones and stuff, but I don't have them on my main account, so I'm not going to use them here either, because that's a bit pointless. And Nature's Wrath on him, if I would have had a 6-star, Crushing rank would have been probably better, but it might not, because we're already ignoring tons and tons of defense on the target with the Great Hall and everything else. So probably Nature's Wrath might still be the way, more or less. But pretty nasty stats on him. Then we have Ugo, just the standard build that I'm always running. I haven't actually changed the damn thing on her. Affinity Breaker set. And that's about it. Good accuracy, good speed, and some decent survivability. Masteries, offense, and support. Relic, I have a Perched Shadow on her, and we have Cruelty. Then we have Inquisitor Shamael. I did change the build on this bad boy. I basically moved the gear from my Tranda and gave it to him. That's why the crit rate is not spot on. But it's a Merciless and a Zeal set. And the total stats, 7.1k attack, 259 speed, 99 crit, 282 crit damage. And we have a bit of accuracy. With the A1, he has a chance to remove buffs, right? We have the Orb of Transfixion as a relic. This can steal buffs if the enemies will gain any buffs. It might be helpful in some scenarios. And we have Phantom Touch because there's literally nothing else better to give this champion with the 3-star blessing that I have on. And I have Hand Smasher as tier 6. The main thing is I won't be having tons and tons of buffs for this skill to go crazy. That's why we have all of that ignore defense gear on him. Then we have White Dryaenia. She is on a curse set. We have an Immortal and total stats. Decent survivability, good speed, high accuracy. We have a Perched Shadow on her too. Cruelty, and these are the masteries. War Master as tier 6. And Ursula, where is she hiding? There we go. She's built on a regen, impulse, refresh accessory, resistance, and accuracy on her. Good stats on her. A lot of resistance, 396 accuracy as well, good speed. The only thing that I've changed on her is basically move the impulse gear from my Galatir that I'm running in Chimera to her. But the regen gear is basically her gear. And I think I've changed the banner to this one. Yeah, I've changed the banner to this one. Demonic Effigy. This is a relic that I've been running anyway in the Chimera from a long time ago on my Elva before I got Galatir and stuff. Cruelty on her as well. And these are the masteries, defense and support. That's pretty much it for my team. Now let me quickly walk you through what you can win, and let's see other teams as well, because you might be shocked. So, the rewards are the following, guys. This ends on the 1st of October. The first place will get 1,600 gems, 3 Void Shards, 3 Epic Skill Tomes. Second place, 1,000 gems, almost 1,100, 2 Void Shards, 2 Epic Skill Tomes. And the third place, to the 10th place, will get 540 gems, 1 Void, and 1 of the Epic Skill Tomes. Okay, so those are the prizes. Basically, me and a bunch of other creators, I'm not exactly entirely sure who's part of it, but I think Nubs, I'm not sure who else. I remember that I've been told that Nubs is, actually you can see it, actually no, you cannot see it right here. I've just seen the Fanax, I've seen the Fanax character, and it is, I know that Nubs was running this for a while, right? And I was like, okay, is this Nubs? But look at this, guys. The first place has 500 million damage with epic champions only, which is crazy. Look at this. Actually, a very similar team with mine, of course. Much more powerful in terms of blessings on them. And yeah, a lot of 6-star cruelties, a lot of 6-star crushing rands. But a very solid team. Big props to the guy that's on the first place. Very, very impressive result. Truth be told, I was not expecting to see something like this. I did not really expect to see anything over 300 million damage. But in fact, we have multiple teams. This is a pretty solid one as well. And we are running 2 enemy max HP champions. That 6-star crushing grand on Skrank is solid. He had a much better RNG than my team. If you're looking at a turn count, 233 turn count. Pretty damn good. I'm not sure exactly what I had. Maybe his champions are a bit slower. Maybe mine are a bit faster. There are a lot of things that can actually affect the turn count as well, right? Then on 4th place, we have 200 million damage, which is actually pretty damn solid. Akemtum, very, very good as well. He was, first place was running Akemtum too, right? Whisper, really strong too. I only have a 5-star on my Whisper, so I decided to go with Skrank instead for that HP burn. But Ursula the Mourner is kind of like the goatee in here, right? Everybody's running her. She's just the best option as an epic, mainly because of the increased attack and the decreased attack, right? And of course, the rest of them are kind of like different variations. Fanax in here too, 45 million, but everything else is more or less similar. I tried my Tylesi as well because I have a 6-star crushing rend on her. She does bring the hex and defense down, but I wasn't too satisfied with her damage. This is actually a bit different. You have Seeker, you have Geomancer. Geomancer sucks on auto, that's why I haven't even thought about using him. Tagowar, Ugo, and Shamel. So this is a very different team. But as you guys can probably notice, we do have some 6-star blessings on them, but this is actually not as insane, and it's a very good result. This just shows you that as long as you're synergizing your team properly, you can definitely get some very, very solid results overall. But that's all for this video, guys. I just wanted to make you aware of the challenge. It's just like a fun community challenge. I just wanted to share with you guys some epic teams. Feel free to jump in their Discord. Feel free to ask them for their builds if you're curious to see what they've done exactly. And till next one, stay safe. Much love. Peace.